Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connected.
Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada. How's it sound, Tom? Is it okay? Jesus Srila Prabhupada 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 8.5 out of 10. Oh, okay. All right. Let's try. Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada. Let me know if it's any better, Tom. I changed the microphone. Jesus Srila Prabhupada 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 Sri Advaita Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya So it was better before. Okay, go back to where we were. So I changed the microphone again. Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga. Good morning. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Ranga. Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you so often now. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Ah. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Oh, Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Ah, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Ooh, Krishna, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Woo! Krishna Hari 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Vidagdha Madhava, continuing on. This is the play about Lord Caitanya. I mean about Radha and Krishna. Okay, let's see what we do here. We can do like this. Copy. And like this. Yes. Alright. And then we do like this. There we go. Alright. Got it. Let's see, is this working okay? Oh yeah, this is Vidagdha Madhava. I'll give you the link in the, it's in the private chat there. I'll give others the link if they wanted to. I'll put it on Facebook. Okay, there it is on Facebook. And this is, let's see here. And this is, there we go. Text number, I think it's number 8 here. Yeah, number 8 something. Hare Krishna. Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Verse number 10 or something. I don't know. Springtime had arrived, and the full moon of that season inspired the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is complete in everything, with new attraction to meet the beautiful Srimati Radharani at night to increase the beauty of their pastimes. Sri Bhakti. Oh, I forget. Oh, there we go. With a flower. Back, Purnamasi off stage. O king of actors, how did your ear become decorated with the flower that is the secret of this drama? Hmm. The secret, the secret that I will arrange the meeting of Radha and Krishna. Narrator, surprised, he looks off stage. Ah, was that saintly Purnamasi? Wearing a red cloth over her breast, her hair white, splendid like the goddess of Savatri, and accompanied by a friend, Purnamasi, who is Narda's disciple and Sandipani Muni's mother, now leaves Nanda's palace and so slowly walks to the street. Let us see if the actors are in their costumes. They exit. Thus ends the prologue. Purnamasi enters with her companion. Purnamasi, O king of actors, how did your ear become decorated with the flower that is the secret of this drama? The secret that I will arrange the meeting of Radha and Krishna. Child, Nandamukhi, by singing this verse, the narrator pleased me. Purnamasi, O girl with the beautiful thighs, the tree of my good fortune is withered at the root. How will it produce fruit like that? A fruit that will make me qualified to arrange a new meeting of the beautiful, auspicious, divine couple. Nandi, noble lady, if you are destined to arrange Vishnu Banu Nandini Radha's meeting with Lord Krishna, then why did Radha leave the land of Gokul, which is so favorable for the meeting, and secretly reside in the sacred village of Santa Vasa? You know what? I don't think this is. I don't think this is the mood I'm in for some reason. Another time for this. Okay, we'll put this down here for the time being, and let's go to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes. Okay, Chapter 11, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila. Madhya Lila, Chapter 11, Veda Pastimes. We'll continue reading where we were. Text number 12. So Lord Chaitanya says, Bhattacharya, if you continue to speak like this, you will never see me here again. Therefore, you should never let such a request come from your mouth. Being afraid, Sarvabhauma returned home and began to meditate on the matter. At this time, Maharaj Prataparudra arrived at Jagannath Puri, Purushottam, And accompanied by his secretaries, ministers, and military officers, he went to visit the temple of Lord Jagannath. When King Prataparuja returned to Jagannath Puri, Ramananda Roy came with him. Ramananda Roy immediately went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great pleasure. Upon meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Roy offered his obeisances. And both of them, the Lord embraced him, and both of them began to cry in the great ecstasy of love. There's a great secret here. These external pastimes are about us meeting the Lord like that internally. See, when you see a devotee's crying, that means that intimacy is established. See, liberated. See, Lord Chaitanya wants uh, to give this gift of this kind of liberation in love, loving relations like this. So when you become like that, you've arrived. See, you've got the gift of Lord Chaitanya. Okay? Okay. So when you chant Lord Chaitanya's name or Radha and Krishna's name, same basically. But Lord Chaitanya will help you get there. No? And you feel that embrace where it brings tears and this God jubilation and ecstasy and laughter and all kinds of amazing symptoms. So you've got the embrace of the Lord. Now you have the shelter of the Lord. You have shelter. Shelter of the Lord is just closeness. Is this closeness? And that's what makes our lives automatically auspicious. This is the great secret of the universe. Many demigods may not even know this. What I just told you, many, even the demigods, may or may not know this unless they have this embrace. Unless they have really the association of Lord Chaitanya, can you get such understanding and realizations. Okay? This is the gift people can get here. You can get the embrace of the Lord like that. And the symptoms that you got the embrace, it's just very scientific, very logical. It's all explained in these books. It just needs to be explained by a living voice, so that people can see, open up the blind sight. See, so the blind can see. Otherwise, they can't see. That's the miracle that Jesus was doing. They think, oh, it's some physical eye opening. Well, yeah, maybe, maybe not. But who cares? Is your spiritual eye open? Can you now read the books like the Goswami literatures, the devotional literatures, and Srila Prabhupada's books, and feel, wow, this is God. You get the God embrace, man, the bliss. See, proof is in the pudding, man. We give a lot of pudding here, man. This is real. This is more real than anything I've seen in Vaishnavism to date. Everything else is at best a bunch of talk. Ooh, Ruddy, Ruddy, Ruddy. Ooh, Ruddy, Rupa Goswami, but no Rupa Goswami. See, no ecstasy of Rupa Goswami. That's Rupa Goswami, man. Is Rupa Goswami yours? This is devotional service. If Lord Chaitanya is yours, Rupa Goswami is yours. Prabhupada is yours. Hmm? See, I'm only speaking my actual experiences. That's why preaching's easy to me. I just tell you what, it's easy, when it's like just showing your breathing, man. I love it, man. Prabhupada was waiting for this time, Bhakti Vinod waiting for this time to express such truth. Yeah, this is it, man. Yeah, this is what it's about. See, this is the great revelation, revived again. This is the perfect timing of it, right? It's on the battle, man. You notice? Nuclear war at any minute. Everybody, oh man, they're really in fear now. Holy shit. Any second it can happen. This is a big psyop, actually. When they know that They get everybody afraid. See, more fear, more control, right? Oh, government, please help us out. Oh, we can't. We're so afraid. What do you want us to do? Self, lock yourself down, man. Go in your room, man. Stay in there. Don't come out. Go in the metaverse. Stuff like that, you know. See, that's the Lord's Maya. Lalita was talking about. Lord Chaitanya says, I create, or Krishna says, I created all of this. He created the whole thing. You think somebody else, you think the demons created this? No, they're just servants, man. Everyone is the Lord's servant. The obstacles are his servants. The obstacles are good for us. Hey, man, it's like, like Carl Schwab and George Soros say, and the king of England over there says, hey, man, we don't want to let Pelosi, well, we don't want to make a good crisis go to waste. I think the same thing. Let's not this Christ. This is a big Christ. Let's not let it go to waste. Let's chase him into the kingdom of God, man, so everybody can be eternally happy. So they can get the embrace of Lord Chaitanya, man. It's the only way. It's the only thing being offered in this world. It's the only back door out of this situation. You get what Ramananda Roy got, that kind of embrace. Can you imagine? You become part of the family like that, a confidential servant of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. That's what's going on in our Sangha here. Man. This is a real deal. No joke. Well, a lot of joking. It's part of it. Gotta joke, man. Gotta have a lot of jokes, man. Just like what's going on is very shocking for the world who are they're waking up now a little bit. This is very shocking. See? Shock therapy, man. Shock and awe. The truth. Shock them. Shock the Vaidhi Bhaktas. Shock them, man. This is preaching is shocking, isn't it? It's like an electric current, man. But truth, man. Jesus loved the truth. Hey, so do I. You know why? Because Krishna loves the truth. He is the truth. And it sets people free. The vibration of truth, man. It's the best vibe you can find in this universe. Upon meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Roy offered his obeisances. The Lord embraced him, and both of them began to cry in great ecstasy of love. Seeing Lord Chaitanya
Thanks for
Mahaprabhu,
using.
Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intimate dealings with Ramananda Roy, all the devotees were astonished. See, intimate dealings. How would you like to have intimate dealings with the Lord? You see, you come here, we make you an intimate servant of the Lord. Why? Because the authority is here. Yeah, might as well tell people. I told you the dream is true. We prove it's true. Why wasn't it? Isn't it logical just to accept? If I tell you this dream that Prabhupada has ordered Raganuga Bhakti for the world and spontaneous devotion to be given again, especially you say, I can get that, well, he's just a liar or something. I could get that. But if you see it happening for people who are accepting, and because not because of blind belief, because they can see there's something extraordinary going on here. Yeah. Their intelligence kicks in because Krishna is the intelligence, and he says, I'm going to liberate this person. I'm going to give them the intelligence. Look at that. They're trying. They really want to know the truth. They're like Ranga and Govinda. They spent 8 months really analyzing, looking, just checking it out to make sure they found the right place. And then bam-o, whammo, wham, bam. Yeah, there's some people in a week. Lalita watched a few videos and she got it. And what do you get? What you see here, what you see in the book that you don't feel or experience. But so the nice beginning is come here and you can see people are recipient of this exact mercy. Exact. They're embraced by Lord Chaitanya every day, and they're loving it. They're saying, "Man, this is the greatest thing to just to have a rendezvous and embrace the Lord every day. Everything is perfect. Everything is sublime. A song just comes from that embrace. This relishing these mutual transcendental mellows between you and the Lord. Everything is perfect. All if you have any faults, they're all covered." Yeah, that kind of the wardens are here. We're the wardens now for this place. People come here, they get easily out of the jail of the material universe. This is jail, man. Oh, you think this is any freedom here? It's all a big lie. Even heaven's a lie. People flying around in heavenly airplanes and all that stuff. And they don't see if you're not worshiping the Lord, if you're not glorifying the Lord as He is in the spiritual dimension of consciousness, then you're in some level of illusion. Even the mode of goodness flying around there and people saying, "Oh, you're such a beautiful angel. Oh, but you're not glorifying the absolute truth. You're still in some level of illusion. We get some angelic people here too. They're also, if anybody comes here and they say, "Oh, I got all these things. I don't need what you got there." They're not seeing what we have here. See? There's some level of illusion. Yeah. Lord Chaitanya is more different than anything in this world or universe, actually. Yeah. More different, more perfect, more wonderful, eh? More powerful, more enlightening, more everything, and beyond what we can even conceive. That's why devotees, we always like to meet the Lord because it's like springtime, ever fresh news. It's wonderful. So we don't want to let a good crisis go to waste. We don't want these rumors of nuclear wars go to waste, or people in fear. Hey, come here, get over your fear, man. You see anybody sweating in there? I even mentioned a nuclear war goes off, may go off at any second. And look at this, Ranga ain't. It looks Lalita's still smiling. See? But some people are say, "Oh, he said a nuclear war." If you're like that, okay, keep coming more. Come more often, man. Get the gift. Get purified, man. Feel the embrace of the Lord. You think when you possess the Lord and He possesses you, you think you're going to sweat anything? You think He's sweating anything? You think He's worried about a nuclear war? He created all this fear. He is fear. Didn't He say? Bhagavad Gita said, "I'm fear. I'm fearlessness." See, if you get close to the Lord, which is the gift that we're here to share with the world, to become close with the Lord, you get fearlessness. Oh, you want fear? Okay, get close to His Maya. And most people are. That's why they're in fear. That's why they can't think straight. When you're in fearlessness and the qualities of the transcendental Lord, you think straight. You think logically. That's what it says. You can get the Uttamadhikari experience here. You can become Uttamadhikari. That's the highest level devotee by the grace of Lord Chaitanya. That's the easy way. The hard way, go to blind leaders and see how long it takes you to attain the highest goal of life by following a blind person who is blind spiritually. They don't have the spirit awakened yet. They don't have prema. Shouldn't a guru in the Krishna consciousness movement, in the being representative of the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, all the way back to Lord Chaitanya, have prema bhakti? I mean, ideally, Of course, it's so rare. It's so rare they just forget that one. Forget that standard. Which is the real standard of guru. Forget it. No, no, you don't need a devotee Bhagavat. Well, we'll just create a devotee Bhagavat. He'll tell you what's not really in the book. See, that's how you get off. That's how you become less intelligent. You need somebody who is that book, man, who has that Lord that's in the book in them. And that Lord in them speaks to you. Those words in the book as they are. Like Prabhupada wrote a Bhagavad Gita as it is, right? He was tired of looking at all these Bhagavad Gitas written by inexperienced persons who are not real devotees. He even said, he couldn't say, well, hey man, I wrote this because I was sick of looking at all these interpretations of people that are not experiencing the divine potency on the extent like this. And they're teaching surrender to the Brahman type thing. This is Krishna, surrender to Brahman, okay? And not Bhagavan level. Okay? Yeah. Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intimate dealings with Ramananda Roy, all the devotees there were astonished. That's why this book was written, Chaitanya Charitamrita, to show what is a sign of somebody, a devotee, intimate with the Lord. What does it look like? They were shaking, tears are pouring down both of their eyes. See, that's why when you don't see the Lord Chaitanya here now, he's unmanifest, but you do see when you see a devotee crying because you see both of them crying. Actually, yeah, that's that intimate, man. That's why it says when you're ready to be delivered, you get such a guru, man. They come, and the Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, comes as that guru, that intimate, man. How would you like to be that close to God, man? Your life will be wonderful. You'll walk and roses will sprout on the ground. We're here to give people that kind of benediction. It's like the Buddha walking here, that the flowers would grow. Oh, sorry there, Yamuna. There you go. There's the beautiful flower there. Yeah. Ramananda Roy said, I duly informed King Prataparudra of your desire for me to retire from service. By your grace, the king was pleased to relieve me of these material activities. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? See, that's it. Because he loved Lord Chaitanya. That's the secret. He spent like 10 days with Lord Chaitanya and they in great bliss, both of them were having. Even the Lord said, hey, why don't you just give up all those material and just come. Let's go to Jagannath Puri and discuss Krishna every day. Boy, hasn't the Lord made it easy for us. We are doing like they did. And we don't even have to leave the comfort of our home. Wow, what mercy. Oh, thank you, Zuckerberg. Let's not take Zuckerberg's gift for granted. Ooh, please forgive me all the criticism I did about Facebook and all that. No, 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 I like Facebook. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, yeah. We get to do what Lord Chaitanya was doing with Ramananda Roy, and you to do that would have to walk a long distance if you were in some other place, and then the Lord would probably say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, you're not purified enough. Go follow some guru for a while or something. Otherwise, you would disturb his pastimes." The advanced devotee was Ramananda Roy, was Raganuga. That's why you see we're all getting prepared for our relationship, are going into the pastimes here. You got to understand what they really are. What's really going on there. Yeah, so you're not just one of somebody looking and you see Ramananda Roy and Lord Chaitanya shaking and crying, and you're just still a Brahmin type, like the stereotype Brahmins who saw that. And they saw Lord Chaitanya embrace. What is this? What is this? What's going on here? We're intelligent Brahmins, but they're not intelligent enough, I guess. Huh? It even says, the narrator said they're stereotype Brahmins. See, all just like all other Brahmins, they're all following traditions, their tradition. You could say like religion is kind of like that, basically. They all follow. Look, you got to look like a Brahmin, right? External sign. Everything's external signs. External signs. You know, like Lalita was started to read that verse. Oh, how glorious it is to have the shining tilak on your head. It's so glorious. And she says, oh, this is kind of vibey. No, what's really glory, that's okay. That's for the beginners. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. It's glory. Mark your bodies and do all that stuff, get in there a little bit. Get your foot in the door. But what's really glorious is that embracing Lord Chaitanya to the point of ecstasy, or to embrace the name and then the symptoms of ecstatic love awaken. See, that's the shelter of the Lord. That's the real shelter of the Lord. Otherwise, you're still in process, man. You're still distant from that kind of shelter. The Lord came to give that kind of shelter, shelter of intimacy, the shelter of Vrindavan mood, where you can be here and you just chant your Maha Mantra and you're in Vrindavan. You reflect Vrindavan to the world. People see Vrindavan through you, as your relationship, your awakened relationship with here in the world, and not being hidden away. How long? I mean, it's not even logical, that people say, oh, hide it, always continually hide Vrindavan. Isn't that what Vrindavan was hidden? It was, you couldn't even, Mathura, you couldn't go to Vrindavan because of fear. Kamsa was put the fear of God in you, man. It was hidden away. And even now, Vaishnavas still, they say, oh, hide Vrindavan, don't show Vrindavan, don't show Vrindavan. See? Well, anyway, that's changed now. See? Now it's like it was 500 years ago, where Lord Advaita said when he saw Lord Chaitanya crying in ecstasy and asking, where is Vrindavan? Where is Vrindavan? And Advaita said, you are Vrindavan. You're chanting and communing with the Lord publicly like that. You're the walking Vrindavan. You brought Vrindavan to us. Otherwise, we have no contact with Vrindavan. You even go to Vrindavan. You don't see Vrindavan, really. You see the outside of Vrindavan. Yeah, you don't see the real Vrindavan until you go to Vrindavan and see devotees crying in ecstasy, walking around there relating to Krishna. Actually, I saw that one time. A guy actually walking around there ecstatically communing with. I said, "Boy, this is novel." Most persons are still neophytes in Vrindavan, and they're walking around and they're looking. Oh, you got neck beads on? Ooh, he doesn't look like a devotee. See, they're looking at that. See? No, don't you know? Haven't you read the scriptures? Didn't you read that it says your head is like a crematorium if you don't have a tilak, man? You know, how come you're not into this gloriousness of putting marks on your body? It's so glorious. Why aren't you thrilled to go to Catholic communion and get that dry wafer and grape juice to wet it down? Why don't you see that as glorious? It's the same idea, right? External, external, external. And they say, you see, Gohar, he's in Maya. He's not glorifying threads. He's not glorifying pristine tilak on the forehead. Go ahead, Lalita.
Actually, your head is a crematorium if you're not
Are you muted
intoxicated.
or what?
No.
Present.
Is she
Present.
muted? Oh, it's
No.
me that's muted. Go ahead.
Yeah, your head is a crematorium. If you're not intoxicated by love of God, then your head is a crematorium. Then you're really dead. If the living God is not flowing through your body, not flowing through your veins,
Yeah.
then you're dead.
Yeah, see, there's a point where the Lord wants to give this gift like He did. It was given. That's why He had to show it, man. He had to show people this worship, get them interested. Otherwise, why would you have an interest in something you never seen? Then it's just like they do now in ISKCON and all these. They talk about Vrindavan, like also in the when I was in the Gaudiya Smriti, they're talking about Vrindavan, Radhe, 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 Vrindavan, Rupa, Rupa, Radhe, but you never see the mood and the ecstasy. And then they speculate. They say, "Oh, it's like this. You got to be respectful and follow the rules and the fastings and the like this and it becomes something else other than it's not. It's a speculation. It's not real. Where the heart of Vrindavan is ecstatic worship of the name. That is the conclusive, complete truth is in the name, and the devotee chanting it, having the result of this love for the Lord awakened in them. That's your guru, man. That's your association. Whether they say they're guru or not, just be close to that person because just by being their friend, you're going to get the friendship of God. There's no other practical way. That's what Jesus taught. He was an intimate friend of God, and you could become an intimate friend of God by being with Him. Look, 11 people did because they were with a living presence of a living person who had a living, eternal friendship with God. Therefore, they became saints, and the multitudes just were just the way they were, more or less. Just little seeds were planted, maybe for some other life to grow. But that's why he said everything is leading up to meeting me, to meeting a devotee, intimate devotee of the Lord, and who has got a message. Not everybody will be spiritual master like this. There's a message that came, there's an order that came, an authority that came. That makes it all work. Love of God works here. It didn't work with Narayan Raj. It didn't work with the Radhakund Babajis. Didn't work with ISKCON because they don't have this order. They don't have this authority. Who are you to say? Well, the authority has been given here. It works. Who are you? Not. I mean, what do you have to say? You hear people have gotten love of Krishna. They got prema bhakti. Many people here already. Regardless of how perfect they are externally. It doesn't matter. It's just like then. Lord Caitanya and the devotees were given love of God to the lowest persons. Look at Minikaitam Ramdas. He was a recipient of Nityananda's mercy. He scripture say came from the lowest position to the highest. Well, that same thing is happening here. People go from the lowest position to the highest. Prema bhakti, man. It doesn't matter how many illusions. Oh, he's this, he's this, he's this, he's that. Hey, man, what we do works. What we do gets the desired result of Krishna consciousness movement quickly. The authority is here. So you stay here, you look around, you look at people got the highest gift already. That should be very encouraging. Where else do you see such encouragement? You want to be Krishna conscious? Well, you need this devotion, this prema. Then you become conscious of Krishna. Otherwise, you're unconscious of Krishna. You're chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I finished my rounds. You're unconscious of Krishna. You're not very conscious. Yeah, a little bit maybe. You chanted his name. You're not far from the kingdom if you chant his name. You're closer. And when you come to the devotees here who chant the holy name with the ecstasy, see, with the mercy of the Lord, which is this ecstatic intimacy, their spiritual form awakening, so they're qualified to relate to the Lord. They got the gift. Yeah, that's how you get it, through those devotees. They're the only ones know the real path. Nobody else does. Oh, you think Acharya Dev knows the real path? You got to be the real path. You got to be an ecstatic devotee chanting the holy name in ecstasy. So I just ask you, are you that there, Acharya Dev? Are you that Radhanath? Are you an ecstatic Prema Bhakta? Do you worship the Lord like Bhagavad Gita 10:10 to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy? Or in other words, Prema Bhakti? Are you that kind of person that has the right understanding and real knowledge? Yes or no? Just answer the question. You're in a court of law now. And if you're guilty of this ignorance and you admit it, admit your guilt, we judge you unjustly to be free. Just simply because you admitted you're an ignorant fool, just like Daksha did. He was justly judged. And the justice he got because he admitted, I'm a sinner. I'm actually an imitator. I'm not really qualified. I have no really, I should never have taken any disciples. I cannot liberate them. This is a big show. I'm just big fool number one. Okay, we judge you as guilty as charged and reduce the sentence to nothing. Go free. But pride is so strong, it's hard to break. Pride you get from being a false guru. Just like what's the difference? You become a false guru who can't deliver their disciples by delivering prema to them because you got prema, devotion, real love of Krishna. What's different between them and a politician who is not qualified to lead you? Look at these guys. You think Biden's leading the country, right? You think there should be? It's all like a battle of false egos, you know, to play with the lives of others like this and have some motives. This is all. This is what you get for serving the demons. This is what you get for serving Maya. You make yourself unhappy and you make others unhappy, and then you got to suffer in hell for hellish things for it. You're already in hell. These guys are already in hell. Their hell come up to the world. That's all it is. They're showing hellishness. Hellishness. If you were to die, this is actually this is the grace of God to let us see it, what hell is like. Because if you were to die, this is the kinds of people you would meet. They'll lie to you, deceive you, and take you down in more darkness. And you'll believe them until you start seeing the truth about that. And then you start wanting to come up. This is what's happening now. You're getting a preview. We're also giving people a preview of what you can get, what is possible now. You can get exonerated from this whole this Mayak show, man. It's not nice. See, I duly informed King Prataparudra of your order for me to retire from this service. By your grace, the king was pleased to relieve me of uh, material activities. By your grace, and that's how it exactly is. We're here to deliver the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and by the Lord's grace, you will be relieved of the pains of being a fruitive worker in this world. You may still have a job, you may have whatever you have, but you will not be pained by it. We have householders here working and all that, and they say, "Wow, the Lord comes with me now." I heard Noodle say this. I hear Pani say this. I've heard Shama Sundari say this, who is busy all the time now with her yoga and stuff. She says, "Wow, Krishna goes with me." It's all because of their faith in this. If any of them ever lose their faith, they will lose this connection. That's how faith is, your guru is the anchor, man. Alita was talking about that. That's why she stays like that. Krishna has given her that intelligence. Maya gives you false ideas, things that make you weak, break your connection. See, so you're not strong like Lalita and Johan. Look how strong they are. Look how strong Janaki is. Look how strong River is. Even though she may have a little edge still, doesn't matter. Look how strong that is. How strong her desire for Krishna, how sincere her heart is. And that's just a few people. I could go on and with every look at Amy, look at Fanny, look at even the newcomers. Somehow or other they got the gift of faith. They show you what you get when you're faithful. You get your real understanding, real true bliss and happiness, real happiness hearing and associating with real devotees. This is permanent and eternal for these kinds of people because when they pass from the body, when they get the association of devotees, real devotees who have real bhakti, they want to go there. They want to be there. Therefore, they will be there. The Lord will fulfill their desire because they've done it here. They bound that desire here for the association of devotees here. We're here, the training grounds. We're the halfway house. This is where you get full on. Then you pass from the body, you go automatically to Krishna or Krishna's devotees, or it's always the same. You go to even the devotees. You may not see Krishna, but Krishna's there. You'll know who he is because you learned that here. You got purified here to get that realization and understanding. And when you're here and you realize, man, I really like to be with the devotees, yeah, there's some problems sometimes. It doesn't matter, man. This is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is a body of devotees in that mood. Otherwise, what is this? You want to go to Vrindavan alone when the procedure is here, the real training is here? Hey, man, you go there. You got to have a group leader anyway, so you might as well get it done here. Right? So you can enter in so easily. That's why you think I manifested this group? No, this is the will of Prabhupada. This is the will of Lord Caitanya and Krishna that this happens. The devotees are hearing one by one, they're coming. You notice they one by one. Look at all the new people here. And you can tell they're serious too. Look at Tarun. Look at these lot of devotees coming. Look at Rajiv. Look at so many. These are seeds. They come regularly. They're understanding. Oh yeah, let me just water this and it'll grow. What a great path. I can just come and associate with devotees, and just by coming and associating with devotees who have the mercy of Lord Caitanya, everything becomes perfect. I'm amazed how easy the Lord has made. And all I have to do is turn on my camera. Whoa, thank you, Zuckerberg. Thank you, Samsung. Thank you, you demons. Even, hey man, you're facilitating this. We know you don't have. You made this stuff as a Trojan horse. All these cell phones are all just to track and trace us and to all that. But thank you, it's working great, man. We'll accept the service for Krishna. It'll purify everything. It'll purify you. You'll see that this is the best way to go, man. This is what you're all looking for. This is perfection in life. This will you make Genesis and all these weak people you want to get rid of. If they come into your association here, you will give them life and they'll become useful members of society. We got the real way. It's not about you don't have to kill everything, to get that, to purify things. We got to kill it to purify. This is really bestial stuff. No, my Lord is so pure and so purifying. And we bring him here every day. He's purifying all of us, inspiring all of us, nourishing all of us, giving us inspiration, giving us everything. Taking all that, could you imagine not having this? I would be in fear. I would be just like everybody else, afraid. Of course, because the Lord, being in your relationship with the Lord, it takes away all fear. You know who you are. You're a spirit soul. You know, like Jesus knew. He said, I'm spirit. My words are spirit. The body is a tent. You become here, you'll get to know who you are. You will know the inconceivable spirit, the unknowable spirit, beyond all the modes of nature. You cannot ascertain this with mundane senses. You have to be purified. And that's easy. You just come here and listen and hear and analyze. Apply your logic and analytic ability here and see how strikingly wonderful the mercy of Lord Caitanya is. Hey, many of us are recipients of it here. That's why I love glorifying it, because it's very true and very real. This truth is a light into the world, isn't it? See, conclusive truth is the light people are looking for. You didn't know your flashlight is conclusive truth. High beam, man. The conclusive truth is the light at the end of the tunnel. Follow the conclusive truth, and you'll find the light. You'll know what that light is. You'll know the producer of the light. If the parable is not interpreted correctly, it becomes dead. The resurrection of the dead is the unseen world return. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. The unseen world returned here. This thy will be done on earth as it is in not just heaven. Heaven is still in the universe. Is in the paradise of the eternal, immortal worlds of the Lord. Like which are we get in disciplic line information, Vaikunta, Ayodhya, what do you call Vrindavan, Mathura. See, what makes that world in all of those worlds? They all love the incarnation of the Lords of those places. They like Vaikuntanath. They like Dwarkadish in Dwarka. They like Mathuranath in Mathura. They like Krishna in Vrindavan. They love him. See, they have actual transcendental love. That's the only way to get out of this universe totally, utterly. Not just Brahman liberation thing. That's not enough. You'll probably fall down here again because you didn't perfect your life. That's what the scriptures say. Fall down from even Brahman because you're looking for some kind of activity. See, even the soul activity. Soul, this is activity of soul is devotional service. See, even chanting the name. See, it's the spiritual body chanting that name, isn't it? Because a lot of people chanting, but they're not, their body, spiritual body hasn't been awakened. So therefore, I just did my duty. See, mode of goodness. I did my 16 rounds, dry rounds. They don't know it's dry. They feel it, but they don't know this wet chanting. See, with the tears and stuff. Then they see it. They think this is Maya. No, you're the one in Maya, man. You're more in Maya than this. See, we're chanting the whole name. Holy is whole. That means devotion to the name has to awaken. You have to love chanting that name. That name has to be your life and soul. See, where your treasure is, there your heart is. Well, my treasure is in rules and regulations. I love Varnashram Dharma. You can see people really like it, right? It's really, they wake up and they, oh, let me put the tilak on. Let me do all this stuff. Put the dhoti, take a bath, do all these things and become a Brahmin. They love it, right? Where the treasure is, there your heart will be also. Where's yours, huh? Yeah, well, mine is come do, talk about the Lord, chant his name. You know, I'm looking for that love, man, to awaken. That's my treasure is this love, man. Yeah, this gives me understanding of life and what it is. I look at the scriptures, the devotional scriptures written by these fabulous devotees that are very rarely seen in the world, and I can commune with them. I can commune with those words. It's like hearing a symphony. You're listening to an instrument, a person playing an instrument. You don't just see the instrument, you're seeing the player and the instrument. Well, that's how it is with devotional literature. You see the player of the instrument and the instrument, the devotee. It's beautiful sound that comes from them. See, each instrument is a little different. They got the even if you found a guitar, you know how guitars, if you're become an expert in guitar, you can tell the difference between the different guitars. They have a different mellow, actually. They even talk about it like that. Well, that's devotees. You find different devotees in different like mellows, like gopis, different types of gopis. There's mellows in there. It's not just one gopi has one mentality. That's what they want to make in the world. One class of people with the same mentality. So dystopian, man. Okay, let's see. I, I, I said, Your Majesty, I am not now willing to engage in political activities. I desire only to stay at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kindly give me permission. See, this is what you get because they were talking about Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya is qualified, and so is Ramananda Roy. See, it was greatly pleasing discussion, and he just lost his desire to engage in this political activity thing. So much so, he just wanted to go be with Lord Chaitanya. Why not? I mean, if you get the opportunity, I mean, we'd probably all do it here. If Lord Chaitanya actually came here and said, "Hey, you want to come to Puri and be with me till the end of our days?" I think I would probably jump at it. Okay, so let's see. You got Chaitanya Charitamrita up there, Lolita? Yeah. Ranga, why don't you read some? You want to read it? Can you read it? Is your text number 20?
20.
You can read. It's open.
Right.
It's open.
This is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Text 20. When I submitted this proposal, the king immediately became very pleased upon hearing your name. Indeed, he instantly rose from his throne and embraced me. Text 21. My dear Lord, as soon as the king heard your holy name, he was immediately overwhelmed by great ecstatic love. Catching my hand, he displayed all the symptoms of love. Well, you see, it's so good when you can actually you actually see him print all these famous people who become affected just by hearing and seeing Lord Caitanya, and they want to grab him and say things to him and worship him. Taking it a step further, I want to get him by the hand and go skipping. Come along, let's go skipping down the road. And Nityananda on the other side, and just go skipping wherever it goes. And I know that I'm extremely happy because these are my these are my true worshipful lords who come down, who came down 500 years ago, 500 years ago, to teach me and the rest of the people just what love is. I mean, they came down and they showed what love was. But they practiced in houses which were closed off from the public, so they didn't give them the real love of the Godhead in that way. But they wanted them to become worthy of it in other ways. Like that Brahmin who drank milk. Brahmin can't come in here because he drinks milk. What do you think he is? It's like devotees today. They drink milk and they don't do anything else. And all they do is get this. I'm better than you because I'm following these rules and regulations. But these rules and regulations aren't anything. I mean, when you've got a person like Srila Gaura Hari who's in charge of you, who's showing you exactly what actually love is and how to get love, how to become a human being. No, not how to become a human being. How to become a spirit soul. That's the real mercy. It's showing you how to become a spirit soul. How to stop thinking for yourself, but thinking for Krishna. Thinking of Krishna's thoughts everywhere, and giving love to everybody, everyone you see. Everyone you see, it's like grabbing them and putting them in and saying, "Hello, hello, who's loving them?" Yeah, and he's not being the silly boy, because you're open to it, and I feel I'm open now, and I can get hold of Lalita and say, "Hello, Lalita, how you doing?" Yeah, and give her the warmth that she needs. And this is warmth from the heart. This is coming from nowhere else. I'm not doing this to make you think that I'm good, because I'm not. I'm what's happened? Because I'm as bad as can be. Is it gone off? Is it gone off?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Don't worry, just continue.
So I'm not saying this to make you think, oh, look at that boy, he's wonderful, but he's not. I'm just like yourselves. I've got all the bad bits in me. But I've managed to get rid of a lot of them. I'm coming to terms with what I am. And what I am is a spirit soul. As a spirit soul, I love Lord Caitanya. I love Nityananda. I love Krishna. I love Radharani. I love everybody. I just love them. I love them, and I don't love them for me. For me, it's not for me anymore. It's because I want to show my love to people to get this love back in my heart. What it should be, because I want to feel good. But it's not a question of that. It's a question of I don't want to feel good. I want the Lord to feel good. And because I'm once, I'm feeling good anyway. I'm feeling good. And, I've got tears in my eyes, and all these symptoms are occurring all the time now. Because I'm trying to be Krishna conscious. And Krishna conscious is that I'm conscious of Krishna. I'm not conscious of David Rochford or Satsanga Leka or any of the names like Dashra or anything like that. I'm not conscious of that. I'm just conscious that I would love to be a member of Lord Chaitanya's team, through Guru Maharaj, all the way, all the way. And if I'm there a little bit of the way, I'm there. I'm there. I don't have to be 100% or 90% or 80%. I just have to be a little bit there. And because I'm a little bit there, I've got a wedge in my heart, just open it up like this. And the things that go into my brain been put in there, and they've been put in purely because I worked all the nighters out. And I'm not doing it for myself. I repeat, I am not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for Krishna, the Krishna consciousness. And that's what's happening. That is what's happening to me all the time. And it's lovely. It's absolutely wonderful. I see people arguing and I don't get involved. I just don't get involved because there's no point. Unless it's to do with Krishna, there's nothing to get involved with. Even when they're arguing about Krishna, they're arguing about the little things. Sadhana, for instance. They're arguing about sadhana. Bloody hell, what's sadhana? It's not nothing to do with it. To do with the real Krishna consciousness is love. It's love. It's the love of the Lord. And your ability to show that love from the Lord, that you get from the Lord, and show it to other people. And that's, just this lady here just said, this is beautiful. And it is beautiful. It's the thing. It's the essence. This is what we want. This is what we want. And if I can go on like this and go through my life, loving people, in the proper way, and giving respect for what they're doing, I'll be happy. I'm happy now anyway. I'll be happier getting it.
Yeah, but it's about becoming transcendentally
Maharaj, are you there? Because Lalita and Ranga seem to have gone off.
Yeah, they did. Okay. So, your turn to read. Why don't you read a little bit? We'll get somewhere here.
Maharaj, I know you're reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but I don't know which part.
Oh yeah, it's let's see here. It's text number. It's Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. What chapter is this here? Chapter 10. Chapter 10, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And text number 19.
Okay. Okay. Text 19. Thank you, Maharaj. Sarvabhuma Bhattacharya replied, His Holiness Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will return very soon.
We'll let River read a little bit. Yeah. Thank you, Ranga. Awesome.
Thanks, Ranga. I wish to have a nice place ready for him, a solitary place and peaceful. Lord Chaitanya's residence should be very secluded and also near to the temple of Jagannath. Please consider this proposal and give me a nice place for him. The king replied, Keshi Mishra's house is exactly what you require. It is near the temple and it is very secluded, calm and quiet. After saying this, the king became very anxious for the Lord to return. Sarvabhuma Bhattacharya then went to Keshi Mishra to convey the king's desire. When Keshi Mishra heard the proposal, he said, I am very fortunate that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord of all Prabhus, will stay at my home. Thus, all the residents of Jagannath Puri, which is also known as Purushottama, became anxious to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again. When all the residents of Jagannath Puri became extremely anxious to meet the Lord again, he returned from South India. Hearing the Lord's return, everybody became happy. And they all went to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and spoke to him as follows. Please arrange our meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is only by your mercy that we can attain the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. The Bhattacharya replied to the people, tomorrow the Lord will be at home, will be at the house of Keshi Mishra. I shall arrange for you all to meet him.
Yeah, you see, only by the mercy of Sarvabhauma. See, Sarvabhauma was a recipient of that mercy. Okay? And so you see how the pastimes are always trying to teach this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. They're not always like directly saying this. You see by the pastime the mentality of the residents there. Oh, only by your mercy can we attain the shelter of Lord Chaitanya. You are a recipient of mercy. See, Sarvabhauma was like these apostles were when Jesus was here. When the apostles were here, they got the mercy of Jesus to get the Holy Spirit. They passed it on. The same thing.
Sorry, Maharaj. I put my speaker on.
Yeah. The same thing. The same thing was with with Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. See, so the Sarvabhauma had it, mercy, and these people actually they were against. They were against Lord Chaitanya. They were the ones. They were swimming across the river to get to sea. They wanted to apologize. See, they admitted their wrong. See, and therefore they realized, okay, we got to go through the real devotee who has the mercy. See, and so it's the devotee. See how he's arranging the darshan of the Lord. That's the prerogative of the devotee. You know, he came and showed Lord Chaitanya out there. So devotees do that. That's happened externally. Well, when you come to Sadhu Sangha and you're listening to devotees who are connected like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, they present the darshan of the Lord. The darshan of the Lord is these kinds of truths. You know, these are very confidential, very powerful. They change and revolutionize people's lives that are non-envious, you know, and not blinded by name and fame and all that stuff. If they come and listen to these truths, this is your key to get out of illusion. Okay? So these persons were finally ready, and then they were exonerated, and they became devotees of Lord Chaitanya. They got the mercy through Sarvabhauma, arranging the darshan. We come here, arrange the darshan of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is the combined form of conclusive truth and ecstatic devotion. See, and if people come in a mood of respect, you get the darshan, and that's important. You can go millions of lifetimes and not get the real deep darshan, the Lord. You may see deities, you may see people that are in religions preaching, about their gods and stuff like that. But you need to find the real transcendental priest. See, the real medium. You know how people think you go to the Pope, you're supposed to get to Christ, right? But that doesn't work because he's not authorized. He's not a real devotee yet. See? See, so ultimately you have to meet the real empowered representative that has that special anointing. They carry the transcendental bliss of the spiritual world into this world. They carry the clear truth, see, that opens our darkened eyes. See, our eyes are darkened by looking at lies and deceptions and mundane things that we think are real. Well, they're real for a time, but then they disappear. Okay, go ahead there.
Thank you. Okay, text 29. The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived and went with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya with great enthusiasm to see the temple of Lord Jagannath.
Oh, you know, I have a question I want to ask. Do you find that important that I say these things, or would you just rather hear the ecstatic reading?
I love your explanations, Maharaj.
Is it important, or would it be better to
It's,
just?
I
Of course,
like both,
Yeah,
because
both
I'm
are
yes,
hearing, yeah,
important.
of course, it
yeah,
is important.
both are important.
both
Oh,
is important. Yeah,
all right.
Very
both is
important. Yeah, very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
important. Okay. All the servants, all the servants of Lord Jagannath delivered remnants of the Lord's food to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In return, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them all. After seeing Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left the temple. The Bhattacharya then took him to the house of Keshi Mishra. When when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at his home, Keshi Mishra immediately fell down at his lotus feet and surrendered himself and all his possessions. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then showed Keshi Mishra his four-armed form, then accepting him for his service. The Lord embraced him. Sri
You see
Chaitanya.
how easy it is to get the mercy of the Lord. That's how it is. Now, how are you going to do that in 2022? You know how many Vaishnavas say, "Oh yeah, it would be if Lord Chaitanya appeared here or Jesus appeared, I would absolutely surrender. I would actually be like Kashi Mishra, right? I will just surrender myself and my possessions and all of that. Oh, certainly I will do that. Would do that, but would they really do that? No. Even back then, not everybody did that. See, so if you were to do it, if you got another chance, what you would have to see is Lord Chaitanya comes as that kind of a devotee in that kind of devotional mood. Are you doing it then? Otherwise, you're just on the hypocrisy level. Oh yeah, yeah, Radha Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, and you know you're a show bottle devotee, man. But the Lord comes as His devotee, man. He comes with that mood, the external manifestation of the super soul. The devotee comes ecstatically chanting the name and telling the truth. Are you paying obeisances to that? Then you can get what Kashi Mishra had very easily. You see the real form of the Lord. Otherwise, not. You'll go your whole life doing all these rules and regulations and worshiping Krishna, the deity, and with big pomp and prancing around stages and having thousands of followers, even. See? But you won't get the real darshan of the Lord because you didn't accept it when it was here. It comes through the realized devotees now that are empowered by Lord Chaitanya's grace. And when you realize, oh, that's all I have to do, and then I can get the result Kashi Mishra had, see, that's the idea. See? That's where it's all leading. That's what Jesus said. Those who believe in me, all their sins will be forgiven. That's your exoneration. It's just believing in a devotee. That they actually are who they are. They are a real representative of the transcendental Lord. When you pay your obeisances to them, you found the right mailbox and your letter of your heart is delivered to God. Otherwise, it's been shanghaied somewhere else. You go and deliver your letter to one of these gurus, it doesn't get through. See, they're not vi medium. What do you think? It's just a bunch of words. The guru is vi medium. The guru is vi medium. Vi medium for what? A medium for what? Like they have mediums in the world. Well, I channel spirits, angels. Okay. Oh yeah, do you channel God? Oh yeah, oh yeah, I channel God. Yeah. Well, what are the symptoms of channeling God? Are you clear? Are you logical about what life is all about? Are you ecstatic person? Do you have the feelings God has? Can you relate to the Lord because you can feel the Lord? You feel what He feels? You experience the bliss that God experiences? Or how about the mercy of Jesus Christ? You feel that? You feel the compassion of Christ? Do you feel the love of Christ? See? Yeah, that's it. That's getting the mercy. If you're not like that, what kind of guru are you? Are you still blind? So many people, they don't put these as priorities. They don't put these as standards. See how simple the standard is to get out of this illusion? Find somebody who represents Lord Caitanya because the Lord Caitanya comes as that devotee. Lord Caitanya, you got to find that kind of devotee, man. This devotee is mine. He said, he said to Sanatan, hey man, don't commit suicide. Your body is mine. You offered it to me. I accept it. I'm going to do many fantastic things in Vrindavan through that instrument of mine. And Sanatan's very happy. Oh, wow. Okay. So what does the Lord want to do? He's always working towards delivering the conditioned souls, right? And having a good time doing it. Yeah, that's the kind of work. You want to come here, you'll be like that. The Lord will be delivering conditioned souls through you and having a good time doing it. And you're part of the good time. You're going to be part of the party, man. It's not like the party's going on and you're not part of it. You're part of that party, important part. You see? So that's how it's done. You have to see that recreation of that situation, and the only way the Lord will do it, He's already passed this mantle, this power into His real associates. And if you're a real associate, people pay their obeisances to your teaching and your word, and everything will get ecstatic devotion. Isn't that? Ask River. She even. Wow, I really respect your words and your teachings are so great. And she's ecstatic. Or look at Lalita does the same. River also. I mean, Ranga. See, if you appreciate from your heart these truths, because you analyze, you see, hey man, these are very true, man. They work. I can relate to that. He's speaking the truth. Like Janaki says, yeah, his words are in the book. She read them enough times, 4 or 5 times. Johan too. He doesn't seem to have a problem with my explanations. Yeah. That's the secret, man. Just to be used by the Lord is to transmit what He's already manifested, and He'll bring forth more things too. Doesn't He? That's the way He works. Ever expanding kingdom of God here. It's like people, you see fruitive workers, they're always building on the temple. Look at the Vaishnavas. They're always making the temples bigger, right? They even break, I was watching the Narayan Raj temple. They broke it down, man, and put up a new temple, man. Always breaking things down and making new things, right? Why? Why did they go through the hard work of doing that? Because they're neophytes, man. Neophytes do shit like that. Even the Goswamis, they engage people in doing neophyte stuff. Oh yeah, build a temple for Krishna. Yeah, go worship the deity for Krishna. That's your service. See, but what do? We also build the temple, but this is the fruits of our work. The fruits of Sadhu Sangha is an ever expanding temple of the Lord. And we have a great time doing it, man. No sweat of the brow. You notice that? Don't work by the sweat of the brow. Why? Because we've attained the Garden of Eden again. We have Vrindavan here, man. We don't work by the sweat of our brow to manifest pleasing God. See? Sweat comes from our brow from so much ecstasy. It just manifests. You ever feel the sweating? You get really ecstatic, man. You really start sweating, man. See? You don't have to work. I'm gonna work like a donkey, man. To get me. Let's build a temple, man. All the work and all that. We build a temple every day, isn't it? The temple, and the temple gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You notice? How do you know? Because more people are coming. You notice? That means the temple is expanding. Okay? We don't need. This is a university without walls. This is a temple without walls, man. What do we need walls? The whole Lord wants the whole universe. What did he say? Lord Caitanya said, if I can fill the universe with love of God, then my name will be actualized as Vishvambara, the maintainer of the world. I want to maintain everybody by love of Krishna. Man, this is the inexhaustible energy people are looking for. This is the renewable that people are looking for. Look at our energies renewed every day, our life and depth and enthusiasm, even in the midst of the war. Isn't it perfect? Why does Krishna always come in the midst of a war? Isn't it? Isn't it in our scriptures over and over again? The best times are at wartime. When he comes, not just wartime with just the war, but wartime when he comes and intercedes, like he is now. Yeah, always he loves coming at the war. He likes the conflict because it's the best time to preach, man. That people are depressed and distressed during these times, and they're looking. They finally will look over, look for some solution. Well, we got the solution. It's our time now to give the solution. See, this is the natural Hellenian dialectic: problem, reaction, solution. Well, there's a natural problem here. I didn't. It's happening, right? The little demons arranged all these things, and they're just working under the shelter of Maya, who is always arranging stuff like that. So there's a problem. The problem: nuclear wars, fear. The real problem is fear, anxiety, not having a future now. Who can look at a future? It's amazing. If you're going to college, you are completely out of touch. You are kind of, you don't, you are completely blind. You are a big sheeple, man. If you think there's anything going to come from going to college now at this time, everything you're trying to build up is going to be broken down. All your work is going to be for nothing. Because we're in that phase. People can't tell the time of the signs. The signs of the times. You know how people, when the storm is coming, they see certain signs in the heavens, right? You can, like, what do they say? Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Red sky at night, sailors delight, something like that. See, they know. They can see the signs of the times. Well, can't you see the signs of the time now that Lord Shiva is breaking everything up? So what are you trying to build something at this time? Let it break down, but what can you build up? Well, your understanding of who you really are. See, you got time now. So, see, a lot of people, they waste their time now. They're going to waste their time. That they go and so even the demons are. What are we going to do with these people? We're taking all their work away. We're going to have robots. You'll see in the next 2 years, robots will be doing almost everything, even driving trucks. They already got self-driving cars. I saw them already. It's all coming out. See, what are people going to do? Well, if you want to just be like worthless, you'll just sit home and you'll go into the metaverse and you'll or play video games and you'll think that's important. Can you imagine? Or this is the other option. You can be here now developing your spiritual consciousness. See, use this opportunity. It's fantastic, man. We're very lucky. Just keep making more and more progress into the spiritual dimension. And you realize why Maharaj Parikshit, see, he knew that his time was limited. Even now, we can see our time is limited or could be limited here. Yeah. So, anyway, we have nice options. Go ahead, Reverend, read on.
Maharaj, can I just say something?
Mhm.
This is like you share. This is the only ticket out. This is the only way out, and we've gone through the door, and our focus is just going to the Lord, and it's going away from all of this danger, and to build a relationship, like you say with Lord Caitanya, build that relationship. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to do except build that relationship. And while all of this chaos is still going on, and it's really built me up in a way, to transcend. There's so many things happening, and it's happened because of you and you holding this space for us to grow away from this illusion, to live in spirit. And that's it, to live in spirit. Maharaj, go. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah. Well, this is a way. This is how to really prepare.
Yeah.
Uh, Otherwise, you're just wasting your time here. You're just living futilely. Even the Vaishnavas, if they don't come to the point of this ecstatic worship, which they can now by this contact, it's just kind of like Lord Chaitanya said it was futile. It's like it's just so external. It's just mundane. Just
Yeah.
yeah. Even people, they're into this new age stuff and they think that's so real. It's not. It really isn't. And they have an opportunity to come here, but it shows you have to really be like you have to have a desire in your heart, and you really have to be kind of open to getting this gift, because otherwise you'll just die in your mundane beliefs with systems, mundane consciousness. Yeah, proof that people, like some people come here and they're sad, at first. They're sad. And also they think about mundane things all the time. To me, you got to see your mentality, your mind is worldly still. Even if you think you're in some new age thing, it's new age, yeah, but you're thinking like a worldly person, because you can't get out of this worldly mentality except meeting the real devotees who have a spiritual mentality, a spiritual emotional state. You're liberated by association. That's just a fact. Yeah.
This is a gift that will last forever, Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and you guys are witnesses, and you need it too, the witnesses. Otherwise, this
Oh,
won't
yeah.
flow. People got to see that it works, and that spirit is inconceivable, unattainable, and unknowable. So we have to have a miracle to pull this off, and we do. See, Lord Chaitanya makes it work. Otherwise, that's why you see God is so mysterious. And people only say, oh, God, God, or they just, oh, God, they don't really know the Lord. He's outside this whole material universal coverings. He's outside the coverings of the false ego. The usually the best people get are those in the coverings of the false ego, and they're the ones who control the worlds. They're either demons or demigods. They live in the celestial levels, and they're into the false ego covering, and that's why they like to be worshipped. They like to be important. See, and they work and strive to become that way. See, the usually the demigods do it by austerities and moral ethics like this, and the demons they cheat. They way into that. See, the control of getting name and fame and everything. They don't. They definitely don't deserve it, and they just cheated their way into the whole thing, man. It's amazing what's going on in this world. You know? I find it fascinating, actually, how this whole thing. Yeah. See, so well, the point was, so there's the covering of the false ego. See, and both that's why the demigods and the demons are all blind still. And so, and that arrogance, they think they know. That's why you see the devotees who get a little scriptures and stuff, they start to become really arrogant and very think they know everything about Krishna consciousness. That's their obstacle. That's why you need to be like, your heart needs to be like, hey man, where I want more of the Lord, and then He'll start to lead you to a place like this in some life, you know, when it's available. You know how Jesus is only available now unless you meet a real recipient of Christ's mercy, which usually means a person got the recipient of somebody who else has Christ's mercy. That's the line. It goes all the way back to Jesus, and then you get the whole, real Holy Spirit. But you know, even that nowadays is all, because their knowledge is not really clear and it's all hodgepodge and mixed up. And actually, even demons, they say, "Yeah, we messed up your scriptures for a reason." You know, so to weaken people. See, right now we got Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books, where the conclusions are so deep and so amazing, and they awaken Radha in the heart because she only likes to hear conclusive statements. Otherwise, you don't get her attention. She and so that's why you guys are reading, and ecstasy is awakening, because that's like Radharani in your heart saying, yeah, keep reading, man. This is inspiring me. And you're a devotee. See, this is being a devotee in action. You're devoted to Radha. You're devoted to devotion, the personification of devotion. So you're showing that, you're showing the world that you're Radha's girlfriend and servant. You know? And people don't, this is so practical and so real, it goes over everybody's head. That's why I'm talking, maybe, well, it does. Usually the word awakens people. Maybe some people say, wow, wow. That's just how it is. People don't see the hidden side of things. This is here the expression of the hidden side of what's real. This is from the spiritual world. We bring the spirit into the world. Thy will be done on earth as it is in Vrindavan. That's this, what we do. See, and this is how people will be liberated. You just come here, you found the portal. This will transport you to Vrindavan. Go ahead there.
I think Lalita wanted to say anything.
Yeah. And you guys, you don't have to ask me. You're not little babies anymore. You're mature people.
Guru Maharaj, I put my finger 4 times, and the other time I had been chastised by Yamuna that I interrupt you, so I keep on putting my finger until you give me permission. I'm sorry.
No, it's
now I forgot what I wanted to say, Guru Maharaj.
I'm
no
sorry.
problem.
You know what it is? You're a little bit far away, so I don't see so good.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay,
No
we'll
problem.
catch it next time.
No problem.
Usually I catch the finger, but this time I messed up. Okay, go ahead.
I don't like to live under pressure of other devotees, so I
Yeah,
just I
yeah, yeah,
just surrendered them to you.
yeah. Okay, no problem. Okay, what do you want to say, River? Go ahead.
No, I'm reading. You want me to carry on reading?
Do I want you? Just do whatever you like.
Carry on reading. Okay. Okay, we're on text 34. Sri, oh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next sat down at the place prepared for him. All the devotees, headed by Lord Nityananda Prabhu, surrounded him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy to see his residential quarters, in which all his necessities were taken care of. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, "This place is just befitting you. Please accept it. It is the hope of Keshi Mishra that you do." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My body belongs to all of you. Therefore, I agree to whatever you say." After this, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, sitting at the right hand of the Lord, began to introduce all the inhabitants of Purushottama, Jagannath Puri. The Bhattacharya said, "My dear Lord, all of these people who are residents of Nilachal, Jagannath Puri, have been very anxious to meet you." In your absence, all these people have been exactly like thirsty Kantaka birds crying in disappointment. Kindly accept them. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya first introduced Janardhan, saying, "Here is Janardhan, servant of Lord Jagannath. He rendered service to the Lord." He renders service to the Lord when it is time to renovate his transcendental body. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued, "This is Krishna Das, who carries a golden cane, and here is Siki Matati,
Siki Mahiti.
Mahiti,
Siki
sorry,
Mahiti.
Siki Mahiti, thank you, Maharaj, who is in charge of writing. This is Pradyumya Mishra, who is chief of all the Vaishnavas. He is a great servitor of Jagannath, and his name is Das. This is Muwari Mahiti, the brother of Siki Mahiti. He has nothing other than your lotus feet." He has nothing other than your lotus feet. Here are the Chandasvaras, Simhasvara, Muari Brahmana, and Vasudasa. They are all constantly engaged in meditating on your lotus feet. This is Paramananda Praraja, who is also known as Mahapatra. He is very, very intelligent. All these pure devotees serve as ornaments to Jagannath Puri. They are always undeviatingly meditating upon your lotus feet. After this introduction, everyone fell to the ground like rods, being very merciful upon all. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced each of them. At this time, Bhavananda Rai appeared with 4 of his sons, and all of them fell down. All of them fell down at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued. This is Bhavananda Rai, the father of Sri Ramananda Rai, who is his first son. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Bhavananda Rai and with great respect spoke of his son Ramananda Rai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu honored Bhavananda Rai by saying, the glories of a person who has a jewel of a son like Ramananda Rai cannot be described within this mortal world. Excuse me.
All right, let's chant a little bit now.
Okay.
That's great reading. That's awesome.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah. You can put your microphones on, so we'll chant together.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
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 Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare
Rama
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare
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 Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna. Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama.
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare.
Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama. Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya.
Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya.
Rama Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare.
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare.
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare
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 Rama Hare Rama. Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Rama
Rama Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
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 Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama. Hare Rama.
Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna.
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
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 Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna. Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama
Rama Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama. Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama Hare Rama.
Rama
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 Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama.
Ah. Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna.
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna.
Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare
Okay, we're going
Krishna
to take a
Hare
little
Krishna.
break now, a little bit.
Krishna Hare.
Got some things to do. So thank you very much there, River, for your
Thank
awesome
you,
reading
Maharaj.
and chanting.
Thank you,
Krishna
Maharaj.
is very
Hare Krishna.
merciful to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. All because of you, Maharaj.
Yeah, so nice. So thank you everybody for joining, and I'll read your comments in a little bit. Um, yeah, I'll read that, and maybe we'll discuss them later. Okay, thank you, and have a nice morning, and we'll
Thank
be
you,
back.
devotees. Thank you.